What's poppin', y'all? We all know Pit is a broken game mode, so I've decided to compile a list of 50 things wrong with the Hypixel Pit. By quickly shift-clicking an item in the /view menu, then immediately closing out of the menu, it allows players to get a ghost mimic of the item shift-clicked. This ghost item cannot be seen by other players and disappears after an inventory refresh, but is still just a weird bug. For some reason, Hypixel Pit servers are garbage, so sometimes lobbies will randomly crash. For me, they tend to crash when I'm on a 400 streak. If you die while your cursor is holding an item, that item gets dropped, even if the item is usually not droppable or requires confirmation to drop. If you buy the El Gato passive upgrade, it would take 200 first life kills to even make your money back, and that's only on tier 1. Autobuy just flat out doesn't work for some items. For example, even when Autobuy is on, it still won't buy first aid eggs when you die, which... what? That's the whole reason I got it. During the major event Beast, whenever a player becomes Beast, their armor gets upgraded to diamond armor that has high level enchants. If you manage to stay as Beast for a while, you can drop the armor and pick it up after the event, allowing you to streak normally with this OP armor. Even if you have the upgrade Promotion with Assistant to the Streaker, you will still lose lives on all items if you die after getting 100 kills with Grand Finale. Originally, this was actually a part of the kill streak, but the admins realized no one would want to use Grand Finale if they lost lives, so they said they fixed it, but unfortunately it's still not fixed. By climbing up to the launcher during Spire, it can launch you into the Spire with your normal gear, and getting kills won't cause you to ascend or descend. People use this to farm kills off of people participating in the Spire event. Doing /L in the Pit sends you to the Prototype lobby, even though the Pit is no longer in Prototype.
Hit shot.
Hoppings.
Good job, mate. It's challenging work.
Makes me a scumbag.
I guarantee you'll not go hungry, because at the end of the day, long as there's 2 people left on the planet, someone is going to want someone dead. Yeah, no, I'm not a
dirty cheater.
Dad, I'm
a cool kid.
Well, the difference being one has a job and the other's mental sickness. I'll be honest with you, my parents do not care. Professionals
have no
standards. Dad.
Please don't take my Xbox away.
If you kill yourself in Spire with lava buckets, it gives souls, meaning you can easily get top 3 in the event by killing yourself over and over on the 2nd floor to gain an insane amount of souls, as when you die on the 2nd floor, you don't lose souls, unlike all other floors. If a player enters spawn, their streak is reset. By using the Punch enchant on a player who is streaking in the inner part of middle, it is possible to send them into spawn, which will then reset their streak. This also includes mega streaks. Super annoying if you're on like a 200 streak and someone sends you into spawn, which resets your mega streak, meaning if you die, you won't get the benefits of dying on a mega streak. Is so annoying. When using the Hermit mega streak, players are immune to true damage. This means by using the enchant Gamble, it allows players to completely bypass the negative effects of the enchant, resulting in an extremely overpowered setup that is quite unfair. This glitch also happens with the Aura of Protection killstreak. Number 15. Cricket can suck my ass. If you use the Golden Hearts enchant with the killstreak Sponge Steve, you won't receive the Absorption Hearts from Sponge Steve. By offering golden heads, you can stack and store an insane amount of golden heads in the stash. If you are dragging a cactus with your cursor and you close your inventory, the cactus gets deleted. Rip Mr. Cactus. By spamming the crouch key when stepping on a slime launcher, you can cancel the launch effect and bypass the launcher altogether. Why? Why is this upgrade even a thing? When a player has the weakness effect from Wasp and gets hit by a crush sword, the remaining weakness from the Wasp effect is removed, drastically decreasing the length of the weakness. The golden pickaxe can break even if you only break blocks in spawn. Honestly, why does it even have a durability? It's terrible. If a player is standing next to a shop when you right-click them, they act as the villager and open the GUI. On this map, you can get streaks by staying in spawn right above the hole in the pit. My enchanting luck is terrible. It has to be like a bug in the game or something, because no matter how much I enchant, I never get anything good. It has to be a problem with the game. AAA rated steaks don't actually have a cooldown, meaning you can accidentally consume 3 or 4, basically wasting them all in the process. It doesn't seem that annoying, but trust me, if you use it, you will see how annoying it is. If you fill your inventory with arrows or any other stackable item, and then you drop an item, the item will drop, even if it's usually undroppable or needs confirmation to drop. This can be used to drop those annoying default swords and bows. With Nostalgia Pants, if you put them on, your diamond armor doesn't appear to be glowing, so you have to re-equip the diamond armor to make the effect work. No one knows exactly how the system handles people being at the same amount of XP, so if you get to the max amount of XP, your name might not even show up on the leaderboard, as there are already 10 people with the max amount of XP, but since the list isn't categorized by anything specific, it randomly orders the names. If your inventory is full and you complete a night quest, even if the chunk of vial would go into a stack, it decides to go into the stash. Iron swords are undroppable, but even if you manage to remove all iron swords from your inventory, if you go spawn or switch lobbies, it will give you a new one, which is just a waste of space. Please let me drop them. If you have the upgrade Self-Confidence, you get 5,000 gold from an event, even if you don't participate. Why is the gold limit so small? In Skyblock, it's like 50 million. 50,000 gold is tiny, and makes trading gold almost impossible, as it would take multiple days to even transfer 100,000 gold. If you use the enchant Stakes, there's a weird glitch that might happen. If the server lags and you get a kill, and your inventory is full, the stake actually replaces the first item in your hotbar. When you /view someone, their current online status is flipped, so when they are online, it appears offline and vice versa. If you shoot the chickens from a care package or hit them with a sword, they have a small chance to drop a raw chicken or a default feather. This feather can be used to scam unsuspecting victims, as funky feathers are very useful items, while default feathers might as well be a brick, except even a brick has more uses than a default feather. When you change perks, some shop items will disappear for no reason, like the first aid egg. I've wasted so much gold on first aid eggs due to this. The enchant Peroxide 1 is glitched, so if you use Bruiser 3 with it, you can out-heal almost anything. I'm not sure 100% how it works, but it does. The upgrade The Way bypasses the level requirements for perks and perk slots, but it doesn't bypass the level requirements for killstreak perk slots. Please make it include killstreak slots, or at least add another upgrade that does that. It's so annoying that I can't equip all my killstreak perks, even though I have The Way when I start a new prestige. Bedrock actually gets destroyed by TNT, even though Obsidian doesn't? Huh? How does that make any sense? You can't see the gold requirement for prestiging until you reach level 120, which is dumb. I want to know how much gold I need to grind. Dark Pants were an addition that no one really asked for, and they have caused so many issues for the staff and the players. All a B-hopper or a cheater needs to do is get themselves Heresy, and they can take down any player in the entire game, because it's unfair. Non-prestiges actually deal 15% more damage, while also taking 15% less damage. This seems like a good idea on paper, until you realize most hoppers aren't actually prestiged. Meaning, yeah, not good. You can still /view nicked players at spawn with shift plus right click. Dark Pants treat Mystic Pants as if you weren't wearing pants. This means the as strong as iron line on your Mystic Pants won't work against Dark Pants, which is... it's just dumb. When on the Highlander Mega Streak, if you get out of combat and do /oof, you will be sent spawn and you will receive the gold from the bounty, but you will also keep the bounty, allowing you to basically dupe the bounty. Sky area. Why does this exist? It's terrible. If you join a lobby or even change perks and you don't have a bow in your hotbar, it gives you an undroppable default bow, even if you have a bow in your inventory. I've had many occasions where 6 to 7 slots in my inventory are just filled with undroppable default bows. You can't bundle fresh bows or swords, making them extremely difficult to trade in bulk. Ew, just look at him. Yeah.
I'm the trash man.
Sans? Oh my god, are you gay? Are you gay? Are you gay? Are you gay?
Hey, it's your